Hi, I'm Paige Bartholomew, and I'd like to talk to you today about healing. Healing on our planet is going much faster now than it used to. It used to be that people had to strive and struggle for years and years to clean out all of the old wounding patterns that they had picked up during childhood and during their adult lives. Things are very different today. We're seeing healing coming very, very quickly for people, almost instantaneously in some cases. This is because the energy on the planet has literally changed, and human beings are responding. Our bodies are responding, our minds are responding, our hearts are responding, and literally our consciousness is shifting in the way that it perceives life. The heart is a natural hospital. When we shift our awareness from the egoic mind down into the compassionate heart, our entire vista changes. We see things differently than we did before. We feel things differently than we did a moment ago. And we perceive our world instead of judging it. The mind and the ego are built to judge. This is an important thing that we have going on for us as human beings. We couldn't live in the world without an ego. We need the power of discernment in order to be able to go to the grocery store. We need to be able to discern in order to be able to work. In order to go to the bank or deal with our money or even raise our children. But when the ego drops into the lower frequencies, it becomes something that looks much more like judgment and criticism rather than discernment. So the high level of ego is discernment, and the lower level of ego is judgment and criticism. The heart is the modality for healing. This is how everything heals. Everything. So we want to take everything that hurts into the energy of the heart, into the energy of love. Healing is all about loving. Loving the places inside of us that don't believe they're worthy of being loved. Loving the places inside of us that are fighting. Don't love me. Don't listen to those voices. Love anyway. Love anyway. If someone you know is being horrid and they're saying, "Don't love me," love them anyway. Give them the gift that their heart is asking for. Love them anyway. And this is what we do with ourselves. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so ugly, or I'm so incompetent. All of these horrible things we tell ourselves every day. I'm not witty. I'm really not witty. And my kids be sure to tell me that every day. They're sure to point that out. I'm not the type of person that can go head to head with someone who's confronting me. I kind of crumble. I do better when I'm in the heart. And maybe that's a good thing, and maybe that's a little bit of a weakness for me. But I'm not witty. And sometimes in social situations I feel a little vulnerable because of that. Because I don't have this quick, sharp wit that can come up with these, fantastic stories off the top of my head. And, I'm much more about perceiving and feeling. But sometimes I can use that as a baseball bat against myself. I'm not witty. I'm not quick enough. Maybe I'm not quick enough because I'm too busy perceiving everything in the room. Maybe you're like that too. Or maybe you're the witty person, which I completely admire. But we use these places in ourselves. I'm this, I'm that. I'm not this, I'm not that. We use these as baseball bats against ourselves, and I know you know what I mean by that. How about if I take a moment and just say, okay, so yeah, Paige, you're not witty. You're not clever. Let me just love that about myself. As we heal each little voice, each little issue, each little piece and part and particle of our being, healing and healing, we come into more peace, more certainty, and we find that we are awakening to who we truly are. We are awakening to what this world truly is. So the healing process is actually identical to the awakening process. When we come to love each part of ourself, it opens and awakens us. Think of the heart as a magical room that you can enter anytime you want to. You can make up what the room looks like. It can be full of beautiful tapestries and soft cushions or beautiful furniture, or it can be anything you want. It could be a room filled with nature where you can't even see the walls. It just looks like it goes on forever. Whatever you want the room of your heart to look like. And this is where you can go anytime you need the magical healing powers of the heart. So if you're struggling with something and you need healing, you can take this wounded, hurting place and you can say, okay, honey, we're going to walk into the room of our heart now and really make an elaborate procession out of it. Really think about the doorway and the walking in the room and what it all looks like and smells like and feels like, and all the senses that you might have in your imagination of this special room of the heart. And when you walk inside this room of the heart, take that wounded place with you, take that hurt with you, and you get, the sky's the limit here. This is your journey. So I'm just giving examples of the ways that I've explored it. You might take the wounded part of you, the part of you that is hurting, and maybe the story that goes along with it, and you might take it out and you might place it in a special place in the room. And when you place it in that special place, you might imagine that all of the love and the compassion that's coming from the walls of the inside of your heart are going to seep into that wounded place. And when it does, watch it change. Just watch. It will change. Something will change, because love can't not have an effect on it. When we stop fighting inside our own self, that's when we stop fighting on the outside. Have you ever noticed that when you're kind of in conflict about something inside your own mind, that when your spouse comes home, you might be a little more prone to kind of pick a fight or two with them? I have noticed that about myself. And so when I do my work to notice, okay, what's going on with me, Paige? I am feeling like I'm in conflict about this issue. And then I do my work to accept whatever is there, accept myself, and give loving thoughts, step after step. Whatever thought arises next, love that. Whatever thought arises next, I love that. And whatever thought arises next, I love that, until suddenly I'm washed with love, washed. This is how I want to feel. I don't know about you, but that's what I want to feel. And then when my spouse comes home, I wash him with love. And he's, happy. This is how we find world peace. It doesn't take work. It doesn't take treaties. It doesn't take compromising. It doesn't take government. It just takes a loving, accepting heart. Loving and accepting my own self in every part of me, every imperfect part of me, every incomplete part of me, every part of me that I wish were different. Loving and loving that. And when we do that for ourselves, then we model love out to the rest of the world. And this is how the whole world is going to come to peace. When we ease the internal conflict by way of the heart. Thank you for being part of my healing. Thank you for being part of my awakening. Thank you for being part of my heart. If you'd like to be friends with me on Facebook, you can find me at www.facebook.com/The Revolution of Evolution.